My coworker's wife thought we were having an affair because I made him and their kids dinner, and it's changed how I look at myself. Names and minor details change for privacy, obviously. Several months ago, my coworker, 44 male, Matt's wife, Mary, a 39-year-old female, had to go back to her home country to deal with her mother's decline in health, and later the funeral and estate stuff. They knew she'd be gone for a while, but didn't know how long exactly. Matt was left with their 3 kids, 4, 8, and 12, and pretty much started struggling immediately. We work full-time, 10 plus hours a day, and he went from being part of a partnership to essentially being a single parent overnight. Mary works at the same job, but in a higher position in another area. He handled most of it fine, but shopping and making dinner gave him a lot of trouble. He could handle breakfast, the church, day camps, schools handled lunch. But he was struggling with dinner and finding time to get all the shopping done before picking up the kids, getting them home, or extracurricular activities. I, 25-year-old female, she's young, felt bad for the guy, so I made a deal with him. I worked for a catering company pre-COVID, so I have very easy time cooking a lot of food at once. And I usually do that for myself. I'll make one big batch of food and have it every day for my lunch, dinner, or whatever. I told Matt that if he paid for my groceries and gas on top of his, I'd do the shopping and cook their dinners for the week. At some point, the 12-year-old asked if he could watch me make dinner and then if he could help. So I started teaching him the basics, which, to be honest, I kind of think he should have already known, but whatever. And he posted pictures of it online. I started taking him shopping with me so he could help pick things out, and he started packing everyone's lunches. It was cute. Apparently his mum saw pictures of it, and in some of it featured me talking to his dad, and she got the wrong impression. She messaged me on social media confronting me about the affair. I was pretty pissed, but I kept my cool. I'd asked her if he'd ever been unfaithful before, and she said no. I asked if she'd ever suspected him before, and she again said no. I asked if she really thought he was stupid enough to bring his affair partner home to meet his kids and to let his own son post pictures of it all online. Again, no. I even offered to let her look at my phone when she got home from her trip. At about that point, I think she realized how ridiculous the idea was, and she called me over Facebook and started crying and apologizing. I told her it was okay, promised not to tell her husband, and all that. But I still see her at work now that she's home again, and it's always super, super awkward. I generally chalked it up to her being stressed to the gills and on edge. But ever since, I've been extremely paranoid about my behavior and how I'm coming off to other people. I really do not want to come off as someone who would help a man cheat on his wife while she's burying her mother.